And this is big because it's going to make it very hard for any lender to trust you because they will see. How are you guys doing today? My name is Apple and today we are talking about bankruptcy. And before we go any further, pause this video and answer our question of the day, which is, in one sentence, what do you think bankruptcy is? So drop that in the comments below and then keep watching this video to find out where you're at. So believe it or not, bankruptcy actually goes beyond the game of Monopoly and is a real thing that real people do, and not just big companies either. So it's a pretty serious topic and usually just a drastic option for people who have tons of debt weighing them down and really feel like they don't have another option to resolve this debt and to sort of get out of the financial mess that they're in. And in essence, bankruptcy is just a way to resolve your debts. Now, there are different types of bankruptcy, and these have different terms of getting rid of your debt, and we're going to go over those right now. So the first type of bankruptcy we're going to talk about is Chapter 7. And Chapter 7 bankruptcy is also called liquidation. So with Chapter 7 bankruptcy, the bank is going to take your assets and it's going to sell them off and it's going to pay all the people that you owe money to. That's the basics, and let's dive deeper into that. So this is going to get rid of all of your unsecured debt for the most part. And unsecured debt is really anything not tied down by collateral. So like credit card debt, medical debt are going to be the two main types of debt that Chapter 7 bankruptcy is going to be good for getting rid of. However, when you declare Chapter 7 bankruptcy, you keep your student loan debt, any child support debt, and your secured debt unless you decide to get rid of that collateral. So what this means is if you're going to default on your mortgage, you have to give up your house if you're declaring Chapter 7 bankruptcy. However, if you agree to keep paying off your mortgage, if that is something that's still possible for you, then you do get to keep your house. Same goes for like your car and just other types of debt that are secured. So the people that you owe money to basically line up in order of importance, and then the bank just pays them one at a time until they're out of money, and anybody left in line is just out of luck. And Chapter 7 bankruptcy is going to stay on your record for 10 years. And this is big because it's going to make it very hard for any lender to trust you because they will see that, oh, this person did declare bankruptcy, I might not be getting paid. So, don't know if I want to give them any money. So this is going to be very difficult for you to move on from. All right, so the second type of bankruptcy that we're going to be talking about is Chapter 13. And Chapter 13 is also called reorganization. So reorganization is good if you have a lot of assets that you don't want the bank taking and selling. And generally just if you're making more money, Chapter 13 is going to be the better option for you. So with Chapter 13, you get to keep all of your stuff, all of your assets. However, you still have to pay back all of this debt. And how this works is they sort of reorganize your debt into smaller payments, but they spread it out over the next 3 to 5 years usually. This hopefully makes it more manageable for you to pay off all of this debt and get back to where you were at before. So this one's generally better for the people that you owe money to because they're all going to be getting paid. And it's also generally better for you if you have stuff because you get to keep that stuff and the bank isn't going to be taking your house or car or anything like that. And I should mention that when the bank takes your stuff, they're not going to take stuff that you need to live. So they're not going to take your bed, they're not going to take your fridge, they're not going to take your family photo albums. They're just going to take stuff that they classify as unnecessary for you to basically survive. And this Chapter 13 bankruptcy is going to stay on your record for 7 years after you finish paying off that debt. So again, this is going to make it very hard for you to get loans, and it's really going to hurt your credit score. But sometimes this is the only option for people, so you got to do what you got to do. Now, one just side note I'm going to mention here is if you have a corporation and that corporation goes bankrupt, your assets are completely protected and completely separate from that company's. So this is another one of the benefits of an LLC. So if you start a side hustle on your own and you end up going into huge debt and you have to go bankrupt, your personal belongings and personal assets are on the line. However, if you would have made that side hustle into an LLC, only your assets associated with that side hustle would be on the line, and any of your personal stuff is completely safe and completely untouchable when you have to declare bankruptcy for that company. So, pro tip, get that LLC. And just a quick disclaimer, this video was not intended to provide any legal advice. If you need legal advice, contact an attorney. That is not me. This is just a YouTube video giving you some basic information on what bankruptcy is and how it works. Anyways, that's about it for the video, guys. Thank you for sticking around. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And don't forget to drop your answer to that question of the day in the comments, or just whatever you want in the comments. Go crazy. Also, in the About section of my YouTube page, check out my Twitter, Facebook, and I have a monthly newsletter. So if you're interested in more financial information and stuff like that, check that out. It'll be super cool, I promise. Plus, there's free aardvarks. And until next time.